Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing a button.
Let's do those numbers. Down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What a shark infested, that man says.
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested. Sir, call the police.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Take two.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured. Something that should be captured. Something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can stab each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a movie. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Take this next bit. You sound a prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Decide.
I love you, sir. You know that, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You want me to show you?
Yeah. All you have to do?
What do you mean?
What is it?
Take one.
The sound turned down.
Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing a button.
Let's do those numbers. Down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What a shark infested, that man says.
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Sir, call the police.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Take two.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured. Something that should be captured. Something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can stab each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a movie. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Take this next bit. You sound a prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Decide.
I love you, sir. You know that, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You want me to show you?
Yeah. All you have to do?
What do you mean?
What is it?
Take one.
The sound turned down.
Hello. Welcome. Yeah, so I didn't have too much planned for tonight. We were gonna do some visual stuff actually, but After Effects keeps crashing on me, so I figured it'd be really boring if you guys watch me uninstall and reinstall After Effects for 2 hours. So I think that's probably not the best way to go. So instead, we're gonna do just like a kind of general hangout and mostly sound designing. So a lot of times, like, I haven't been feeling very creative this week or writing anything. So a lot of what I've been doing in my spare time is just making presets for myself that I can use for stuff later. So like, I always find that's a really good way to use up the time where you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Everything I'm writing sucks right now, and so I just want to mess with noises, you know? Anywho. So yeah, usually what I do is I'll bring up and make a quick drum loop. I'll maybe write down like a synth line, but we're mostly just going to be messing with, I always go to writing basses. So like, here, I'll go through one that I made today in Phase Plant. And so if you look at like, so I have like all these macros set up for it. And it's set up so that you can, it's just like a big bass batch with a lot of ring mod. You can switch the tone of it around by using this like, what do you call it, notch filter, stuff like that. Mess with the attack and the release. I have this octave LFO thing where it splits it every half note so you can get these cool like, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, that's just, I did that earlier today because it's a good way to just cleanse the palette. And then you wind up having a killer patch that you can use for something later on whenever you're like in the middle of writing something and you're like, holy shit, I need something cool here, but I don't feel like designing something from scratch right now because it'll take you out of the creativity zone. Then you go to something like this. You already have 1,000 presets made, and they're all made by you, so they all sound like you. Am I having a good day? It's been okay. Work is a little stressful, but no biggie. It wound up all being fine, so that's why I get to chill today. Because this is what I was doing in my off time between things today, was like working on these little things. So we're just going to start from scratch. Like I said, I have this saved off already. How's your day, by the way, Mr. Void? And let's get into it. I'm just going to start by, before we even sound design, let's make ourselves a tiny little drum loop. Like a 4 on the floor that's easy to write with. So I'm just going to do that. Come on, battery. There it is. Okay. I'll go to users. It's been good, thanks. Glad to hear it, you know? Good days are good. Grab this. I accidentally made it a stereo and I should have made it multi-channel. I don't know, Mr. Void, is there anything you want to hear specifically? Should I make basses, lead tones? What are you in the mood to hear? Let's go ahead and grab. In the meantime, I'm going to make my quick little drum loop. Here. Cool. That's a kick. Go ahead and turn off my reverb. Let's set this to a -6. Our drums to -6 too. And I'm just going to draw, whoops, a little 4 on the floor pattern. We're just going to copy that 4 times. And the 4th time we're going to do like a, it's going to miss it. Your choice, I'm not good at choosing. All right, whatever. I would have been at your other streams, but personally, oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I mean, show up when you can. Don't worry about it. You know, it's not a big deal. I usually take this pretty casually, so. Let's see. Let me get a good rim shot for the snare, because I don't feel like using a real snare. Let's grab a rim shot. There's one specifically I've been using a lot that I gotta find. Come on. I like that. That's a good, that'll act as a clap snare thing. And then let's find, we'll grab this as our other one. We'll set this to 0. Okay, we set it to mono mode, so when one voice happens, the other goes away, right? This way our drums never sound too cluttered. You know what, let's do... I don't want to do a 4 on the floor. Let's do something like this. Do like... And then the second time around, we'll go boom, boom, clap. And we'll do this. A decent little 2-bar loop. I love stuff like this. So, take this, and then we'll swing it. Wait, did you draw your character bird thing? I'm not fully sure of what it is. Yeah, he's my little pigeon guy. My online personas is a pigeon man, so I did not draw him. I had a friend do it for me because she's a really talented artist. If you look her up, she's goes by Narwhal Nell on pretty much everything. She's actually working on my next album cover right now too. But yeah, I was like, here's my character. He's a pigeon man. He needs a red shirt. And what else? I give her a bunch of VTuber models I liked that were like non-traditional. I was like, do something like this, but make it you. And she was like, all right, sick. And then did that. I was like, all right, I don't, like it was very casual, just like knocked it out of the park first try. I was like, hell yeah. All right. Let's just make any general MIDI pattern, right? We're not even going to do that. Let's just start messing with sound design. Alright. So that's just a big unison saw. Let's go ahead. I'm going to start by going with... Let's start with a square wave. You seem like a very chill person, are you? No, I'm very hectic. It's very insane all the time. I'm a terrible, loud person. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of chill. I don't really... It is what it is. I have no idea. Sick, okay. So we got ourselves a big square wave. Let's just go ahead and immediately start botching it. I'm going to take this. We're going to take a sine wave right here, and we're going to use it as a modulator for the phase, right? You hear it. Right? You immediately get these big giant tones out of it. Yeah, okay. So I need to not mess with that so much. So we have this big ass tone, right? And the next thing we're gonna do is just start messing with like the harmonics, right? Let's go do that. I like how that's sounding. Let's go ahead and make an envelope sort of trigger the volume on this. And that'll quasi control how much of it going through, right? So we do slow the attack on that. Pretty neat. Over the sustain. Nice. This is okay so far. What can we do with this? Let's make a bass. Let's just make a quick bass line. I'm gonna, instead of doing that, let's grab a new audio track. I'm just gonna bring up, I always do, whenever I make and design basses, I always do like a single sub wave and then the tone layer, right? So that way you always have like a nice clean low end, and then everything else can be whatever you want it to be on top, frequency spectrum wise. That's like a very common trick that everybody does it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quick draw in like a little sub bass line, right? Something that just needs to be there. Oh, you know what? Why am I even doing any of this? I have a session where I do all this. But let's just, I guess we'll do this for the sake of, the stream. Yeah, so it's just like a giant sub oscillator, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this. Let's open up our mix window. We're gonna take our our kick drum. We're gonna send that out of bus 1 just so that we have a what I'm looking for. So we have some sort of so we have some sort of like basic sidechain source, right? Wait, are you a furry? Yeah, totally, 100% confirmed. Believe it. No, absolutely not. I thought it would be funny. I found this pigeon mask at the store was called Hollywood Mirror. It's kind of like a junk store. I don't know how to describe it other than just like it's thrifted clothes and weird junk, right? I don't think it exists anymore. I'm pretty sure it closed. But they had a whole section of like really bad Halloween costumes, right? And in their section of Halloween costumes, they had every mask of an animal you can imagine. It was like hamsters, seagulls, pigeons. It has that famous internet horse head mask that everybody uses, or they did like 7 or 8 years ago. And I thought the pigeon one was oddly terrifying and really funny, so I liked it. And I was like, oh, I'll wear this during shows, because if you go to a show and somebody in a pigeon mask like slaps and they make a really like crazy, they do a great show, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I remember the pigeon guy forever. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing with the name Shidi Midi is like a music pun, and anyone who works in music and I've said yes, that is my name, they go, you know what I mean? They laugh and then they remember it. So that's the goal, is just it's really easy to be memorable if you have a weird gimmick, and that's my weird gimmick. Is it a good one? I don't know. It works all right, I guess. But yeah, I think I sold an old video of someone buying a ghost mask that was worth something around like $200. By the way, you're funny. Thanks. Thank you. I mean, maybe the mask I bought was literally like, you can see it on my TikTok. I wear it whenever I do TikToks. I seriously think I spent $20 on it on the time. And the one I have in all my TikToks now is actually my second one, because the first one got so old it started like dry rotting, and was like unwearable. It was really gross. So I think I still have it somewhere for like memory's sake, but it's definitely no longer wearable. So I have to wear it on my own. I had to buy a new one and wear that one instead. Okay, so let's see. We've got a sidechain source now set. But did I not set it to the right thing? I did not. This needs to be set in ducking mode. That makes more sense. Okay. So got like a little nothing patch, right? We'll go like a maybe we'll do like doo-doo. Yeah, do something like that. Yeah, okay, do this. So I know this part is boring, but it's basically just to get ourselves like a nice starting point, right? Doom doo doo. See how that sounds. Okay. Do I enjoy making music? Absolutely. Yeah, it's like my favorite thing to do. I started doing it at like 12 when I got a guitar, and I've been doing it kind of ever since. It was probably even before that. Me and my sister used to mess around on like GarageBand, just put together shitty loops and like use the built-in microphone in the laptop to like sing and blah blah blah. It was. I mean, all those recordings are trash. Obviously, it's very very bad. but everyone's you got to start somewhere. And goofing around is where I started. Um, I do enjoy it a lot though. It's what I like to do in my free time, but it's also my actual job. Um, for my day job, I work as a composer for a small video game company, and so it's making music and sound effects, and implementing them into the game with very light scripting, and visual programming, and then playtesting the game and make sure it works. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable job. I love it a lot. I don't think I could do much else, if I'm being honest. I'm not very good at much else. I was gonna ask if you made game music or anything similar. Yeah, well, there you go. I definitely do. I have been I've been working at the same company for, how long have I been there now? Like 7 years? Something like that. I think 7 years sounds right. Because I started in like 2015, I think. Okay, is that the right octave? Okay, so this sounds like ass. It's because our patch sucks. So let's make our patch not suck. The first thing we're definitely going to do is I need a filter on this because there's way too much high end, right? Get a filter in there. Oh, the other thing I usually do is just at the very end, because we're making basses, right? I'm just going to roll off all the low end on this, which sounds counterintuitive, but we have our sub bass already here, right? So no need to duplicate it and make it a really noisy signal. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and do, just because I know I'm going to put it on anyway, is if you're familiar with OTT, it's a plugin. But yeah, I'm going to throw that right on. There's a version of it inside of Faceplant here. Everyone has their own OTT preset at this point. It's in pretty much everything. Do you drink soup hot or cold? That's if you drink soup. Some people suck it. I love soup. Hot soup all the way. Like burn your tongue hot soup. What kind of soup do you like? Alright. Yeah, what's your favorite soup? Comment. Let's see here. What do we want to do with this? This is just like a boring ass square wave. Let's make it a triangle wave. Oh, I'm digging that. That's cool. I can get into this. Okay, this is moving somewhere that I'm enjoying. Okay. Got a decent little thing going here. Oh, what can we do to it next? Let's go ahead. I'm definitely going to grab... Why isn't it working? Why can't I put... Oh, there we go. Okay, I was like, why can't I put anything in lane 1? Let's grab a comb filter. And what I want to do is, let's have the note of impact sound of the comb filter. Nice. I can dig up this. I don't know what type of soup it is, but I'm currently drinking it. Alright, well, figure out what it is and let me know. I drink a lot of Asian and Chinese soups. Yeah, I think my favorite is probably just like a really good Chinese beef noodle soup, or my wife makes a really good Korean soup with like beef. Either that or pho. Let's see. Okay, so I've got all this stuff in here. I want to add, let's throw in a chorus. It's alright. I'm not sold on this yet. I want this to be a more, this is a better tone. See what happens if we add some noise. This isn't a very tonally rich sound, and I think that's most of my problem. Like if we move, got a wife? Yeah, I know I do. But we've been married for like a year, almost. There we go. This is a much more interesting tone. Let's spread it a little bit. Add a little bit of glide too. Do you got a pet? I do have pets. I have 3 cats. Yeah, there's 2 giant ones. They're both like 12 pounds or 14 pounds. And then one really tiny one that's like barely 7. Do you have any pets? What kind of pets you got? 14-pound cat? Yeah, dude. They're big. They're big boned. They're huge cats. Orange, and the other one's like a brown cat. They're not any fancy breeds or anything. They came from barns. They're like barn cats. Alright, let's go ahead. If we add, I want to have some sort of I'm gonna shape the tone a little bit, right? Maybe if I do this. My cat is 8 years old and I think she's around 5 pounds. You'd be surprised, your cat's probably 7 or 8 pounds. They're a little bit heavier than you think they are. Let's see. I kind of like where this is headed. I kind of want to... What do we do with this? Let's take a notch filter to this, right? Okay, so if we take a notch filter to it, we can take a... Let's get a random module and go over to this. Rein it in a little bit because it's a little bit all over the place, right? Cat or dog? I like dogs a lot. I don't know if I can own one though. I like my cats. I will stand by that. I'll live with my cats. I like them a lot. I've had them for a couple of years, and I like grew up with cats and stuff like that. I've always wanted a dog, but every time I like dog sit for somebody, I always go, man, I'm really glad I don't have a dog. If I ever got one, I'd want a big one, and I'd want it to be like, I'd want to have a yard so that I could just let it shit outside. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only like scooping and picking up their shit. I don't like doing that, but If I had a dog, I would have to, so whatever. I would get used to it quick, I guess. Okay. Okay, I'm really liking where this bass tone wound up. It's pretty good. Turned out better than expected, I guess. Let's throw a limiter here. Oh, and just to make sure that we're not doing a bunch of random, compressing a bunch of random low end that we don't need, let's go ahead and filter that out. Something cats think that you are a kitten. Basically, they think you are a kitten. Yeah, they do kind of like, I mean, especially with my orange one, he'll like lick my head and groom me when we're sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, they're very affectionate. They treat you like one of them. And like, he'll always cuddle with my wife pretty frequently, like just about every single night. He'll like sleep on her pillow and like kind of wrap around her head. Which sounds very uncomfortable, and that's because it is uncomfortable. Okay, maybe we add some unison to this. Kind of like that synthetic sound, right? But yeah, I think cats do think of you as like one of theirs every single time. That's the way it always feels. Okay. So I've got this going here. Let's go ahead, open up our mix window. I'm gonna throw a gate on this, see how it's... Thing I want to do is let's make this, move this rim shot off to the side, make this the rim shot -2. Yeah. Science says cats can understand you, but they don't care. Yeah, I do. It's one of those. Okay, so you can definitely tell if a cat heard you and is choosing to ignore you. They pretty much, it's always obvious when they do that. I'm not fully sure if it's true. I don't know if it's fully true either, but I definitely know that if you have a cat and you're like, it does something wrong, and you go, "Hey, James," or whatever the hell a cat's name is, he'll look at you and go, "Huh?" And like he knows what he did wrong. They know when you're talking to them. They know their names. They're not stupid, but they definitely like, they'll choose to ignore you. Which feels rude, but what can you do, I guess. Let's see here. Let's try, you know what? We made ourselves like a nice bass tone. Let's make ourselves a nice chord pad. Yeah, let's start with like a... do like a... last stream I was in, you said you were 38. No, I'm 28. To be honest, a lot of things at the time, it was a blur. Yeah, no, 28, not 38. Yeah, 38, you know, I'll be there one day, but that's like 10 years from now. I'm gonna pretend that doesn't exist yet. I'm gonna try to not imagine it. So if we just start with a G. We can go to like an F major 7, right? Oh, I like that. Yeah, I was 28. Did I say that already? I think I responded to that already. How do you deal with a mad adult? I don't know, how do you deal with a mad adult? This feels like a setup to a joke. I go to G minor, I want to go back to like F. Go back to that F major 7, but maybe instead of a 7, we'll leave a little bit of a frustrated, like, for a 9th. There we go. That's what I wanted. No, an adult once we did, and I'm not even. I don't know, dude. That sounds like a whole thing. I have no idea. I don't know. No idea what's going on with that. I wish I had advice. Don't really have any. You usually just try to calmly talk to them, maybe? I don't know if that's an option. I don't know enough about any situation of what's going on. Okay, let's grab phase plant. Okay, let's start making with some pads. I think I'm going to start with a sampler patch. Damn, I'm going to take a shower. I'll be back if you're still... Take it easy, dude. Have a good shower. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so... Go ahead and grab like a choir. That's a decent, let's see. Gregorian choir sounds pretty good. Take it easy, Mr. Void. What other vocals we got? Let's start here. I think I can do this. Okay. Go ahead and start adding in some like unison, right? Pad designing is always like one of the things I always find easier, right? I don't know why, maybe it's just me, but it clicks, you know? Usually if you start with like a vocal, it's like I'm usually fine, right? Okay, so let's see if any of these... I like that synthetic algorithm for the unison. It sounds so damn good, you know? I'm into that. Let's roll with it. Okay. Now, where do we want to go from here? Let's grab... We're going to open up a filter on it. I'm going to just remove that low end, right? Stuff we don't need because it's being covered by the bass. Perfect, okay. That just prevents us from having any moving low end, right? The other thing I want to do is let's add like very quiet amount of noise to this, right? We don't really need all that much of it, but if we grab filter now. it just has a little bit more harmonic content in there, right? It's not much, but it's enough, right? And then let's go ahead and limit it. Solid, okay. And then what do we want to do to it from here? Let's go ahead. I'm just going to slap a reverb on it, right? Yeah, you know what? Let's put that limiter on there. Post reverb, so that way we get more reverb. Perfect. Okay. And then what else do we want to do to that? I think this is like almost done. The only thing I can think of is if we take like, okay, so say we take a oh, you know what? No, I know what I wanted to do. I was thinking about this earlier. I did a test earlier that I really was neat, but I was like, I can't do anything with this right now. But so basically we're going to make an envelope here that's just immediately kind of like on 100%, off 100%, right? And we're going to attach that to the start and stop of a tape stop plugin, right? So that this way, right? That's sick. And you just make it a really long stop time, enough that your sound will be long over before, right? And we move the reverb to after it, yeah? See, now that's cool. It's very like haunting. Oh, I like that a lot. Sick. Okay, so we basically have, I'm gonna really quick save because I haven't saved anything. This is still labeled Untitled 6. So let's go ahead and just save this off to the side really quick so that I don't lose it. I'm gonna go ahead and save it actually under stream sessions. And let's go ahead and call this project. What are we going to call this project? Let's just call it Sound Design and Chill #1. Okay. So we'll probably do these streams more often. They're very easy and I really like them. It's just a good excuse for me to make presets for myself, you know, that I'm going to be able to use for other things. So that's the main reason behind doing these, right? Like, I really like this bass tone, right? That we wound up making. What do we want to call this one? It's just kind of like a bandpassy notch, you know? We'll just call it like notch triangle. We'll put it in the bass. And then we're going to call that pad that we just made, we'll call it like tape pad or something, right? We'll go ahead and save this. We're going to save it in the pads section and we'll call it tape pad 1. Okay. All right, with that, I'm going to take a real quick break. So I will be right back, okay?
Take 1 to communicate.
Just the occasional pressing a button.
Let's do how it sounds. Down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested, that man said.
Take 1 to communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down, down, down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
A shark, what shark infested, that man says.
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Summer, call the police.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Take 2.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured, something that should be captured, something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can't stand each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a movie. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Take this next bit you sound. A prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Decide.
I love you, son. You know that, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You want me to show you?
Yeah. All you have to do?
What do you mean?
What is it?
Take 1.
The sound turned down.
Take 1 to communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down, down, down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
A shark, what shark infested, that man says.
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Summer, call the police.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Okay, I am back. I have to set up really quick. I gotta do one little thing, but I am back. We were just naming our presets that we made, right? Got this cool ghostly little pad. Really like that the pitch kind of like falls down right at the end of it. Nice. I'm always a sucker for like really simple pads like that that have sort of like pitch element or movement to them, right? Sick. Okay. So we've got this like super basic, you know, like I don't think we'll use anything out of this, right? Like the patches are cool, but it's a whatever blah song. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's a pretty cool pad. Let's try to make, I kind of want to do, let's make some bells. Let's make some weird, or no, not bells. Let's do some crazy ARP stuff that we can use later, right? So let's go ahead and let's extend these chords out so that they're nice and long. The next thing we're going to do to them, let's go open up an arpeggiator on them. Now, a lot of arpeggiators just go up, down, right? That's boring. So let's go ahead and give this some like crazy funk to it, right? Because all of these sounds are like, they have heavy swing on them. So let's go ahead and add some swing to our arp. Go ahead and add randomness to our arp and the note length and the velocity. And then let's make ourselves a pattern. Okay, so that sounds funky as heck. Let's go ahead, let's throw the gate on there, right? Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do, let's open up, this is my favorite plugin inside of Logic, is Sculpture. This plugin sounds so freaking cool. I love this plugin. So let's go ahead, initialize it. We're starting from scratch, right? This is a cool plugin. So let's go ahead. Basically what it is, you see this little square in the center? It's choosing, okay, so over here there's like a string, right? There are two pickups. And we're picking how we're going to pick the string or impact it, how we're going to affect it. And over here is what we choose what the string is made of, right? Let's mess with that. Go with like a glass wood blend. Hell yeah. Okay. Very melody. So let's see. How do we want to affect it? Let's strike it. Okay, so we're going to strike it. Let's vary it. Ugh. Bless me. Okay. So it's already sounding pretty sick. Go ahead and mess with the tension of the string, how tightly the string is held. Nice, okay. Okay, so next let's do object 2. Let's turn on the power of it. So now we can mess with it, right? How do we want to affect this? Let's go ahead. I always liked doing this bound. Oh, you know what? Let's do... Maybe we'll do like a bow. Let's do all that, and then let's go with number 3. Number 3 will make bound. Oh, God, that's cool. Alright. Next, let's go ahead and add some wave shaping to it. It's usually just kind of like a distortion, right? Okay, so this is sounding pretty good right now. Let's make this plugin a little bit bigger. It's kind of small. It's a very ugly plugin. Okay. Let's mess with the filter. Let's make it a notch filter, maybe. the key affect the filter, but not the velocity sensitivity, right? Just use this to get rid of some of the low end, right? So that's pretty cool so far. Let's go ahead and grab LFO1 over here, and let's start affecting like the stiffness of the string. And let's have it do like a sample and hold, right? Every quarter note, it'll pick a new value. I'll listen to it on its own really quick. Damn, this is weird. Okay. Let's grab... Nice. Okay, that sounds friggin' cool. I am all for that. I don't know if we need to do anything else. We could add like a little jittery LFO here. We could do that to like, let's see, maybe the pickup position of A and B. You see how they dance around a little bit more now? Heck yeah. Okay, I'm super happy with that. All right. If you know me, that's like a very shitty bell, you know, like I have a bunch of presets I've made for this specific one called like, I just keep it in a shitty presets pile. But let's go ahead, let's name this preset as something. Let's save as shitty preset. Call this wonky. Call it wonky wizard. Okay. Okay, we tuck this down. Let's go ahead and like, wow, it's really like self-contained nicely, frequency-wise anyway. I really don't have to do anything. Nice. Now this guy, I kind of want to change up a little bit this pad. Maybe do like a wow wow, you know? Do like a... Wow, 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 wow. You know what? Nope, I was wrong. That's a stupid idea, bad idea. Let's go back to this. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, I dig this. Super for it. Doesn't have any low end on it. That's good. I can, you know what? This is solid. I'm really digging this. Definitely want to have like, okay, let's grab a hi-hat. Let's see here. Where can we get a hi-hat? I'll just use battery. This is what, I'm so lazy. I always go to battery. So we went to samples. Let's go with hat closed. Okay, that's the closed HH. That's the term. That's kind of cool. It kind of has an open hi-hat feel, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I like it. So let's go ahead and make sure that it's a mono instrument. Change the voicing to mono. And then let's just grab over here. Let's draw in a quick hi-hat pattern. I definitely want to keep it on the off notes, that's for sure. Way too loud. Give that a swing. Yeah, that's it. This is like so me. Let's go ahead and just throw louder on the mastering just because it's a little quiet. I would never keep this. I would delete it. Just having louder on it is something I do to help during the writing process. Just because it makes things a little, you know, obviously louder. But yeah, let's go to isotope, go to dynamic EQ. I want to cut a little bit of the high end on this guy because it's sharp, you know? You know, that's got some sort of echoey, like, let it be, you know? Let it be, baby, baby. You know, like, it's just some very cheesy, not cheesy, I really like vocals like that, but can we, I don't have a mic set up, so no, I can't, but okay, so this is getting pretty sick. I like this. I think, though, we need to change up these chords a little bit. Like, not the... Maybe do like a... Maybe do... bless you! Yeah, let's go this guy over here. Let's try that. Let's have our original chords. Maybe we just have the gain. Try this. Nice. Okay. Why is this? I can live with this. I really like this. Damn it. I didn't think I was going to use anything from the stream, but now I have to. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do this. We're going to do this right now. I'm going to take the bass, right? This is a very fun and easy way to make your basses sound really like you're doing a lot without having to do a lot. And nobody's here, but so I'll give away this little tidbit real quick. Or should I end this? I'm going to save this. Okay. This is sick. This turned out super cool. I definitely have to use this for something. But yeah, okay. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there. We've got a cool loop. We'll mess with it again later on stream. Tonight was a short one anyway, because I have to figure out After Effects and stuff anyway. So easy, quick stream tonight. Hopefully some of y'all learned some sound design stuff. And yeah, I don't know. We'll plan on doing something a little bit more formal next week. Maybe I'll hop on stream another time, before then, but we'll see. Maybe on Friday or something. So, but yeah, so we'll talk later. I'll catch you guys in the next one. My name's Shidi Midi. Go find me on social medias. Okay. Take it easy and see ya.